Cruz, if you are with more than one person and it's not your mom,
Yeah.
Yeah, now.
There was a crew of like 10 guys
it's the
deep
wild kids.
on birds in like a formation coming down the Venice boardwalk.
Those guys
It's
are
about-
having a great time. I
it's
bet
like
you
a year
their
ago.
mummies made them food. They don't have to worry about a lot of things. That is a fun day. You're just hating.
Well, I
wish I was young again and I had that many friends on birds and
I was
we all had
dancing.
like soda in our fridges at home with our parents.
Raging 12 miles an hour at a time.
I was dancing
Is that
and-
how fast
with my
they go?
daughter,
15.
and I backed up purposely to get in their way.
Ah.
And I was like, just go to fuck with them, being a dick. And they got within like 10 meters of me, and I realized it was Conor McGregor.
Oh.
And I was like, well, I better get out of the way. Let's just move real quick.
No, should have ran him over.
Yeah, he'll plow you over then like Fortnite dance over
Yeah.
your head.
Oh,
That's not
fucking
his body.
run these scooters! Fucking idiot.
This
I
is
was
not
telling
your
my
fucking
wa-
city.
I was telling my wife I'm becoming more of a Khabib fan every day. There's a guy that is like getting bummed out at the gimmick. I mean, that's what Conor is the gimmick. I mean, I love the stand-up. I love the fighting. But when it comes to the talking, I'm more in Khabib's corner than I am in Conor's.
Did you always hate his shit talk gimmick?
No, I just felt like maybe it was the first time where I liked it. It was the first person I ever saw do it where I liked it. And then I think maybe everybody else copying him and then him sort of, you know, and this is my opinion, so it doesn't mean anything, but it just seems like Conor's doing a Conor. You know, like he's got everybody else is doing Conor McGregor, so now he's got to do Conor McGregor on steroids, and it's just, I just want to see the fight. You know what I mean, with all the Logan Paul and all the other stuff that's happened lately, I just want to see a fight. You know, and when someone keeps talking about, I just want to fight him, I don't really care about all this other shit. If you want to sell whiskey, that's great, but I'm here to fight. I immediately have, you know what I mean, changed sides because, you know what I mean,
Khabib wants to pray and fight.
I'm anti-business.
Khabib wants to pray and fight.
You don't know. You know what? I was thinking about that. That is what he would like you to think, but I don't think he's all that either. I don't think. I think he can't speak English, so that makes it tough for him to come back. But he would definitely love to keep bullshitting. I think he has an ego that is fucking incomprehensible, and the only reason we haven't got a load of it yet is because he can't speak English. I don't know how fucking humble that dude is. I don't. Anyway, doesn't he take money off Didn't he take money off really powerful, bad people? I mean, he is in cahoots with those guys, right?
But I think your idea of what are really bad people is different than a Dagestani. I think he
the dude that always hangs out with Fedor's brother.
You're talking about the president of that smaller Russian country that the Chechen.
Yeah, he didn't kill a
president.
bunch of people, women and children and shit. He ain't that kind of guy.
Oh, he says he wants to kill people like homosexuals, and that if he knows that they're in his country, they will be executed.
Okay, so
He's bad. He's a bad. The Chechen president is an MMA fighter himself and a terrible human being.
Okay.
He's a scumbag.
and you know you're a hardcore. I just don't trust either one of them. I think they know people that have done really, really bad things to people. I think they associate with really, really bad people. And I don't think you have to do that to be the champion of the world. I think it sounds attractive and they've all gone for it in one version or another. But when it comes to the pump up for the fight, I don't give a shit about anybody's whiskey. It's kind of an insult. Sure, if you tied it in there, then you put it on the board or whatever. But I don't know. If maybe it was extra funny, but it just wasn't funny. It's just more gimmicks. And like I said, I don't know if maybe Khabib has a bunch of gimmicks in Turkestan that we're not. And he's a joker and he drives around a Porsche but he seems like he's just like I'm gonna beat your ass. End of story. And I'm more into that now more than ever because the UFC, or not the UFC, MMA in a whole is you know, I mean, there's a lot more gimmick involved.
I just think the Connor kind of shit in any venue it's a lot more fun when somebody's coming up than it is when they're on top. That's just very appealing from an underdog, and it's not like a turn off from a champion. It's just not nearly as much fun. Like I don't know, like when Oasis came out, they're like, fuck you, fuck yourself, fuck your mom. And it's like, oh God, who the fuck are these guys? Oh wow, they're actually successful. They're making this work. But then when you're actually on top, I don't know. It's like, it's not, it has nothing to do with like what's right or wrong about talking shit. It's just funnier when you're punching up than when you're punching from the top. It just is. That's not Conor's fault. In that regard, he's a little bit of a victim of his success, because if he's not, like, I thought the Mayweather thing was a little bit of a jump the shark thing in terms of me actually having fun with watching his antics.
Yeah, because he's not.
All.
When Conor's being serious, I like him the most. When Conor talks about visualizing and setting goals, and when he gives kind of more of the motivational serious side, I find him really likable.
Yeah, I just want to see him fight. I mean, I'll do you this. I'll even want to. I really want to see him walk out to the fight. There you go. But as far as from anything else, I don't need to see any more shit. You know, I just get play your Sinead O'Connor.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Get her to walk out in front of you if you got to, but let's do this. You know, because I'm done. You know what I mean? After this, I'm looking forward to your banter of bullshit, but quite frankly, I'm just not. I mean, you kind of lost to Nate. You know, you lost one time straight up. Can you not chew into the microphone anymore, Catherwood? And you did win by decision in the second one. I do believe that, but it's not. You didn't demolish him. And if he was going to fight Khabib, who would think he was going to win that? I guess maybe you'd actually think he'd do well, right?
Well, Nate with his reach probably could do some things,
right? And if he's on his back, he's got all that jiu-jitsu to cause him a problem. So,
Nate's guard is fucking awesome.
Okay, yeah. You're right. But it just seems like it's not the only guy in the world. But if he wins this, I mean, that's it. He's back in the absolute shit on everybody, because he's painted himself into this corner where this is the payback, man. This is where everybody. This is the fight that nobody thought he would take, because he's gonna get shit whipped, and all the people that said they told you so all get to go. I told you so. So if he wins this, it's bigger than Jose Aldo. It's bigger.
Oh yeah.
Jose was feared at the time, but not like this guy. I think the only thing they don't fear about Khabib is maybe Khabib isn't looking like he's doing mad damage in the last couple. Like, you look like you might get beat, demoralized, but you're not going to get hurt. You know what I mean? I think there was a time there where Jose Aldo looked like if you were going to fight him, he was going to fly up your face and knee you in the head and knock you unconscious. He just seemed more fight-ending kind of guy.
Khabib hasn't lost a round.
I know, but Khabib didn't look that impressive in the last couple, and that's all we're basing. You can't base it off anything else.
The Al Iaquinta fight definitely took his stock down.
Right, and then the other fight before that, and before that, he's taking shots standing up. It's not impossible to do, and I think he held down spin kick guy
Edson Barbosa,
but Edson Barbosa is not good at scrambling and getting back to his feet. Not like I think. It's two people going on here, and I have to believe the first one is Conor is doing everything that he could ever do to fight Khabib from right after Floyd, and he has wrestling people, and he has got way better, and there is actually going to be enough of a difference where it's going to cause Khabib enough trouble where to wear him out, and Conor can, beat him up on the feet. Or his jiu-jitsu is so good now that he's getting taken down, but he can just stay there and not get submitted or broken open too much for 2 rounds until he's tired, and then knock him out on the feet. All those ones just sound so risky. I'm going to go on the ground for 10 minutes with Khabib and not be destroyed enough to get him in the third.
I don't know everything that goes on in Conor's camp, but I follow it pretty closely, and I haven't heard of him taking in super high level wrestlers.
Right, he's just got that one dude that lives up his butt that copies him and can't punch.
But
the Bellator guy,
Dylan Dennis.
Yeah. Which I don't. I mean, Dylan is really good on the ground, man. And look, I get if you know that you're going to get taken down, Look, maybe there's a thing where they're like, look, sure, we could get like the greatest, get an Olympic gold medalist right now and get him in the camp and wrestle for 6 months.
Yeah.
Do you think you'll stuff Khabib one time? Probably not.
Yeah.
What about this? What about if you give me enough jiu-jitsu? Because he's not the best jiu-jitsu guy. He's the best at holding you down. Maybe he can learn sneaky shit that gets a foot around enough for him to scramble and get back to his feet. And they worked on that more than they worked on getting taken down.
Chael was talking about how it's probably a good idea not to bring in, Jordan Burroughs or some amazing wrestler, because all you're going to do is get demoralized for an hour and 20 minutes every day.
Right.
It's not going to help.
It seems like it's more of a 10-year thing to get that. Right. You don't get that in the camp.
Yeah.
But I believe that there's jiu-jitsu stuff that you can learn with repetition in a camp where that can be programmed into your body, and that you can use that as an escape. And him escaping once or twice, if he escapes 3 times, I think Khabib, his tank would be fucked, and then Conor could go off to the races on him. So it's not that, he has these options. But man, when you're a guy that just holds people down and you're really good at it, and you're inflicting damage the whole time, why would he get out? Nobody else did.
Connor's Instagram has all these artfully produced compilation videos.
That's McGregor Productions, Michael.
That's right. And Khabib's just says 10 days until the history. I'm sorry, 10 days before the history. I apologize.
Yeah, but then he says a lot of stuff in Daghestanian, though, doesn't he? That's all he does. Well, anyway.
Yeah. Other UFC tidbit. John Jones Gustafsson looks likely for December 29th.
Okay.
I don't know if that would be John Jones' return to the Octagon.
Did we have a guess, or did that fall through?
He's going to be here in about 1 minute.
Okay. So John Jones is going to fight Gustafsson, or he isn't?
It has not been announced yet, but it appears incredibly likely. So if you're wondering about his return, that is what his return is likely to be.
Okay. And Brock is going to fight DC, yeah?
Sure seems that way, huh?
They don't like that Poirier and Nate trying to do it 165. Why don't they just give them the belt that way for that fight? Oh, terrible idea. Nobody should fight Poopy Pants. Yeah. Yeah, it's fair. I don't want to see him fight anybody until it's Lesnar. Give him a money fight, because he fucking got 2 belts, man. Give him... We don't care. We don't care. Let him wait. Let him wait. You know what? You know what is even better? Let it wait even longer so that when DC fights John Jones and he loses, he'll be like way too old to say that he wasn't in his prime. And maybe he could have won if John didn't cheat those other times.
There you go.
Okay. I mean, they both agree to that? Oh, yeah, because he's got to get jacked first. Yeah, well, you know what? Fucking dope boy, you just need to wait your turn. Guess what? Guess who didn't do steroids? DC. So DC gets to fight Brock when he's off his steroids. And then John Jones' steroids is worn off, and then you get to fight him. Man, what a gnarly world. Just a bunch of people injecting stuff that make their bats swing harder at your head. That's your job. Yay.
Right.
I can't wait to get back in there and face a guy on steroids throwing bat arms at my head. Stay in school, kids.
The man known as Italy's greatest lover.
Yeah, no, I slept with him a couple of times. It's not true.
63 years old.
Yes.
Maurizio Zanfanti.
Maurizio!
became famous as a nightclub promoter in his teens back in the 1970s. That was when women first realized they could not say no to Maurizio, and Maurizio could not say no to the women. Maurizio died doing what he loved. He passed away in the midst of having sex with a 23-year-old tourist in Italy.
Fuck. Yes.
The champion.
Maurizio.
Speaking of fucking, we got a guest. Hell yeah.
Have no fear, the Ace.
Come on in, mate.
Was that, you have my website up. Oh my god.
We do. We're all ready.
How are you guys?
Who are all these other guys?
We'll do these
How are you, buddy?
introductions.
Hi. Sorry.
Take a seat there.
Sorry.
Ace Frehley in the studio, ladies and gentlemen.
Have a seat and make yourself comfortable.
I met Stretch.
Yeah, he's pretty tall, right?
I asked if he played basketball.
Yeah, with women.
Me too.
Hey, he held his own against those ladies.
Yeah, no, he was a good warm-up for
I actually
WNBA
used to be
players.
co-captain of the basketball team in grammar school.
I'm sorry, Ace, can you get a bit closer to the microphone? You said
Yeah.
something about being coked up
Are
with
we
women?
live?
We are.
Yeah.
We're on the air
I'm
right now.
coked up on Coca-Cola, not the other stuff.
Right.
It's
You've
been
retired
12 years.
12 years sober.
Yeah.
You were
Are
really...
you English?
No, Australian. It's okay, though.
Australian. I was
Yeah.
just there with Gene.
How's it hanging out with Gene? Do you like him?
Yeah.
Okay, but I mean, there must have been ups and downs for a while there when you were like super slushy and shit,
Well,
right?
you know,
'Cause he was sober.
We've had our ups and downs, but I mean, the last couple of years, me and Gene we've reconnected, reestablished our friendship. It never really died, but you know, you got to remember when I quit the band, and they replaced me. You know, maybe they said some stuff that wasn't so nice to validate the fact that I was being replaced. But
Yeah,
you know,
and you
I
understand that.
quit, you know.
At the time, you didn't understand that probably, but now you're saying you understand that.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's like arguing with brothers.
At all this time, after all this time, you consider them a brother. You consider him a brother.
I spent more time with Paul, Gene, and Peter than I have with any of my family members.
Yeah, well, that doesn't say much. I'm from my family members haven't been around that much, so I could say that about some friends too. But at one point, I'm a long-time Kiss fan. Obviously,
You are?
Yeah, I was. I got blood on my shirt, and I saw Gene go across the stage when I was probably 6 or something. So I was, you know, what I mean, I had the double album Kiss Alive with the veins in it and shit. I was pretty hardcore into it with